Good morning, everybody. It is 8:39. Welcome back to the program. Lou and Jackie here. And of course, a lot of people, we're talking hundreds and even thousands of people still reeling from the floods that we experienced here in central Iowa, mainly a week and a half ago. That's the one that really seemed to do a lot of damage.
Absolutely. So we're here to help and give some advice today. So Springer Professional Home Services is here with Monica Morales. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So one of the big things people are dealing with still, unfortunately, is their flooring. Basements being flooded, what to do. Are we dealing with carpet? Are we just trying to dry things up? A lot of different situations that you're still getting calls about and seeing as soon as yesterday.
Oh yeah, we're still having people calling. They need their carpets extracted. They're still having a lot of water in them. But at this point with your carpets, you really just need to dispose of them, because after about 12 hours of them being soaking wet, the mold's already growing.
It's already starting. So it's not a situation where if you got it dried up in a hurry, if your carpeting gets soaked the way a lot of basements did. And it isn't, a lot of times it isn't just the water that may have come from rainwater. We're talking sewers that have backed up and really flooded your whole area and then absorbed into your carpet. You really need to get rid of that carpeting, don't you?
Yeah, especially if there was sewage in there. I mean, that is just you have to get rid of that.
That's an immediate.
As much as you guys are professionals about cleaning and taking care of rugs, carpets, whatever your flooring might need, at this point, this is a dire situation where we're talking about your health. Because, as you said, mold is growing, and you're immediately breathing that in if you still have some of those carpets in your basement right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I got a call from a customer yesterday that still had carpet. The insurance wanted him to keep it in the house. Well, it's still soaking wet. I told him, you really need to get that out. Because even though you can't see it growing, it starts immediately growing after 12 hours. So if you didn't have your basement sucked out or dried out within the first 2 days, like 24 hours to 48 hours, then that carpet is pretty much, it's going to start growing mold down the road as well.
No matter what you're doing.
Right.
There you go. And we're talking about installed carpeting at this point, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Now,
I mean, even if you have rugs down there, we've been flooded with, a lot of rugs coming into our shop that got wet, and those are going to start growing mold as well. So we're trying to get those cleaned as soon as possible. We're spraying an actual mold inhibitor on them, so they're not going to start growing mold down the road. So we're getting all the mold out that it might be growing, and then we're going to inhibit the mold from growing down the road. But people have really nice rugs in their basement that were on the floor that just got drenched.
Let's go to that point here. I'm glad you said that. Maybe somebody does have a really nice area type rug, and the situation happens again, and the basement gets flooded. What should they do if they want to preserve that carpet? Should they remove it and take it outside and dry it, or what would be the process to try to save that carpet?
So first, you want to try to roll it up and get it outside as soon as possible. If it's down in your basement for longer than the 4 or 5 hours that's been in there, you want to try to get plastic, cover it, and take it outside, because you don't want to transfer the mold throughout your home.
I didn't even think about that.
Right. So you want to try to just protect that and get it outside, lay it out, try to get as much water as you can out of it. Call somebody to pick it up. We can call us as soon as possible. We can try to get out there to get it to our shop so we can clean it right away. But you just want to make sure that you're using the sun to really get it dry, and then that's also going to work to kind of kill some of the mold that's in there. Okay,
now maybe it got dirty. Maybe your area rug got dirty. Maybe it was a sewer that came up and got dirty. Yeah. You're going to drag it outside. You're going to dry it. Is it okay to get it dry, with still the debris on there, or whatever it is, the junk that is on there? Can you guys clean that carpet?
Yes, if it is dry, we can definitely bring it into our shop. We're going to try to vacuum it as much as possible and try to get that mold to come out a little bit more, and then we're going to flush it and clean it completely with water and just try to get as much as we can out and then treat it.
But the key thing is get it out of where it is, get it dried, then you can start your process.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. What else should we know about our basements right now, of making sure that our flooring and our areas are at the best they can possibly be in this dire circumstance?
Well, just making sure that you have fans going down there, dehumidifiers always. We live in a really humid climate, so you want a dehumidifier. Most of the time in Iowa, just our basements are going to have a lot of moisture anyways, so even if you have carpet or rugs down there, those are going to start creating some moisture from the humidity. So dehumidifier, fans, air conditioning, just make sure those are going. And then if you are still having some wood that might have got mold on them, or you think that they have mold on them, you can actually treat that at home with some, there's baking soda that you can mix up and actually spray that. Peroxide is going to kill the mold growth. And vinegar, honestly. There's different mixtures that you can find online that you can mix up, spray it on there, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then just wipe them down really good. Okay. And that's gonna, for you at home, you can actually do this. But then we also offer to, we have some really good spray stuff that we can come in, spray the wood. It's gonna kill the fungicide and make sure that it's protecting your wood from getting any mold out. If you do have mold on your wood, honestly, you really want to try to take that out, and you want to try to get your drywall out if it's still wet, because you're really going to start growing that mold. Even though if you don't see it now, mold can still grow down the road. So you really want to protect yourself.
Yeah, I'm thinking if your carpet got wet and it's butted up against the drywall, it's just going to use wicking.
Right, it's going to wick up, and then it's going to keep going up. That's kind of what happened to mine. So it started really low, but by the time we took it out, it was halfway where we had to cut out half the drywall. I
was going to say, did you end up cutting it out? Yeah.
Yep, so I had to cut out half of it, and then there was even some boards on the bottom that you have to cut out because you already are seeing the black spots and the mold growing.
Oof. And that's the first sign, isn't it?
Not a fun situation. Let's say people are like, okay, I don't want to be dealing with this situation again in case this should ever happen.
Right.
Are you guys able to help with some decisions and putting something different in their rooms?
Yeah, rather than carpeting, yeah.
Right, yeah, definitely. So we do offer, obviously, new carpet sales and installs, but then we're also having a lot of people buy LVT, which is the luxury vinyl tile. So it's all made out of vinyl, it's waterproof, and then if it does get wet, you basically are going to have to uninstall it and then reinstall it. So that's going to save some money down the road with that, but it's waterproof.
you can remove it if need be, and then clean the area and
clean
get it
and
disinfected,
dry it.
and then put it back down again.
Correct.
That's a great option.
Right.
Well, it's nice to know there are other options out there, because people don't want to be dealing with the mess that they're dealing with right now. But if they need someone to go to, you guys are there for them to assist them in any needs that they might have when it comes to flooring.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we can help with that, and then just if you have carpet in your basement still, just
get it out
enough. Get it out of your home, because you don't want to start breathing that in. It's going to cause health issues, especially if you have kids and babies, and just you yourself breathing that stuff in is really not good for you.
Okay, so you want to remove any carpeting that's still there that is wet, has been damaged by the floods we've had just a few weeks ago. Get that out of there. Now, when you guys come in to put in new carpeting, what process do you go through? Because maybe it's been sitting there for all this time.
Right.
You don't just put it right on top of everything, do you? What do you do?
No, so your basement's going to have to be completely dried. We're going to have to actually test it for moisture with a moisture meter, make sure everything's dry. We're going to want to spray the actual floor to make sure that there's no mold growing on your concrete. Because if you look at your concrete, even your concrete could start growing, and you'll see like white fuzzy stuff on your concrete. So you really want to make sure everything's treated, dried, before you even start to think about finishing your basement again.
Okay.
All right.
All
these
great
different
tips
options
this morning. Yeah, and they're there to help. If you'd like to give them a call, as you said, you were taking calls yesterday about this very situation. How can people get in touch with you?
You can go to our website, trustspringer.com, or you can give us a call at 515-262-9229.
That works. Well, thank you so much for being there, because a lot of people are going to be utilizing your services.
Definitely.
All right,
thank you.
Stay
Thanks,
healthy.
guys.
All right, it is 8:49. We will be right back. This is CW Iowa Live.